Hi, nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you too.
So this is a great honor for me. There are so many of your films that are definitive movies from my childhood and growing up. So it's definitely a privilege to get to talk to you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
So watch the film, and I noticed you have multiple roles in this: director, star, and this was the first film that you've directed in I think about 10 years. What drew you to this project?
Well, I had this other film with Scott Adkins, and it didn't work out. So I was looking for a two-hander, something for two people. Um, and I got a script that was kind of like a bit like the movie you saw, but it was different. My character, the guard, was a bad guy, and there wasn't really much backstory on anything. But we worked on the script and we added some stuff to make the characters more interesting. I thought more subtext. And then, I was looking for a film to direct just to see if I liked it, if it was something I want to do again. So that's the reason I picked something that was like, have some action, have some drama, and a little smaller budget, not a lot of pressure. And it turned out because of COVID that it turned out to be a bit of a mess anyway, but I didn't know that at the time.
So in the film, it starts out that I was almost expecting this to be immediate action, like you're jumping into something that's going to be nonstop, whether it's fighting or gunplay. But there's so much development for the first act of the film, really getting to the heart of your character and Scott's character. Was that like a big component for you wanting to make this film?
Yeah, it's the stuff that I added because I wanted to give all the actors a chance to play something, play human beings, real people in this situation with high stakes. So the action opening was there in the original, and I thought I'd keep it because to get people, catch them a little bit exciting in the beginning. But then you have to weave the threads of these three forces are trying to get to this money, and that takes almost half of the movie. And then I figured I'd put most of the action towards the end because I had limited resources. I didn't want to blow it all in the beginning.
And the countdown clock, using that where you're really kind of seeing that time is running out and there's going to be limits. I had expectations as to where the story was going to go, and it did not go in that direction, which was it was cool to see that it does not wrap up in a conventional sense that you've seen in a lot of other action movies. It catches you off guard. Was the twists, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it, the way that everything wraps up in the end, was that how it was originally written, or did that change as you were making the film?
It changed a little bit. It was, I think it was there. There was a transformation of the main character, played by Scott Adkins, where he realizes at the end, I think even the original, he realizes that it's not so much about what you do for yourself, but what you do for others that matters. That gave him what he wanted, what he's looking for something in his life. And I think, that was there. And then there were a lot of different versions of, how they get out of the building and what happens at the end. And there was much bigger scenarios that I had to cut out for budgetary reasons or practical reasons, and other concerns as well, safety and things like that.
And was it a nice little Easter egg included in there, or was it intentional that the construction company bears your name?
No, that was somebody else's idea, and I said, "Bob, why not?"
I was wondering, was this just creative marketing? Or are you venturing into a different line of business? I thought that was a nice little touch.
No, it was the Hitchcock paradox of being in your own movie, but I was in it already, so I just put my name in there instead.
So was it having been in front of the camera for so many years and done the really robust action, is directing that type of stuff for somebody like Scott? Is there something like you want to see things that you've done in the past in his performance, or do you just leave it for him to run with it?
No, I've gotten more serious. I think more committed about my performance in the last, say, 3, 4 years, 5 years since I did Aquaman and Creed, and I wanted to sort of bring him in on that if I could. I've done a bunch of action movies back in the past where people didn't care much about performance and subtext and character, and I went with it. Usually I try to do something, or a lot of times I didn't do enough homework. So in this picture, I wanted all the actors to prepare really well. And especially Scott, I spoke to him about his character a lot. And I wanted him to embrace that character. When you're at home, a month before the shoot, 2 months before the shoot, you're relaxed and you can go through various scenarios and play with, backstory and things without being stressed. So that when you show up on set, it's an easier exercise of being more reactive rather than acting, Otherwise you show up trying to, I better do something here, I better make something happen. But if you've done your homework, which I think he did a great job on this one, then you can be a little more natural.
And one of your most signature films, one of the films you're most often associated with, Rocky IV, there's the new cut of the film that just came out. Have you seen it, and what are your thoughts on the film?
I haven't seen it. Sly sent me a bunch of clips, but it came out on Thursday, and I've been filming here in London for 2 months, pretty straight, every day almost, so 6 days a week. So I'm very excited that he spent all that time to fix it, about a year, I guess. And I'm excited. He says that my character comes off differently, and he's changed a few things and pulled out footage that hadn't been seen before. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to watch it here probably either tomorrow or the next day.
Awesome. Well, it's been an honor talking to you. I really appreciate your time. The movie's great, and I hope everybody gets a chance to see it.
Thanks, Tatum.
Thank you.
See you, man.
Skills, degrees.
Did a bit of construction back in the UK between fights. Another.
You're in luck. They've been at it a week, but there's a couple days left.
He says she's strong enough to accept the transplant. She can't do any more chemotherapy. She's very sick now.
I got a proposition for you.
I'm sorry, I don't make deals with inmates.
Look, it's money in it for you.
How much?
$3 million. Cash.
Everything's gonna be fine, don't worry.
$3 million in a building that's going to be dust inside 3 hours. Follow the guard. Find the money.
I remember asking for your help, mate.